And so we are up at the start for the last race before the tea interval, and it is a heat of the Island Challenge Cup, Student Women's 8s. And we have a Dutch crew on the left of your screens and Edinburgh University B on the right of your screens. And they are off, fighting their way, ready to try and see who can pop out of the island first.
And Patrick Moody, coxing the Edinburgh 8, has got this absolutely spot on, straight as a die off the start. Love to see that great steering from the Edinburgh crew.
And pretty punchy coming out of the island here as well. So Edinburgh University know they have to really put it in early on to challenge the Algemene Amsterdamsche Studenten Roeivereniging Skøll from the Netherlands. Part of a big Dutch entry here, and we're delighted to have them as part of this, and welcome to all of those viewers who are watching us in Amsterdam and beyond. Delighted to have you here. My goodness, this is a race.
Look at this. This is what you want to see. If you're a B crew and you've got to put a statement out to try and win the race, this is how you go about it. It's time to take the race to your opposition. They got off the start really nicely with that line, and they've kept that high pace, which I love to see. They've got a little bit of a higher rate of striking, so let's see if they can keep that. But this Dutch crew is not going to let them get away, and they've got beautiful distance per stroke as they're trying to row back through them.
So they'll be feeling each other. Everyone knows they're in a race. Everyone knows they're side by side. And then the challenge is to zone into your cox, the moves you've got. And at the moment, you can see the Edinburgh moves. They'll be feeling it's working. It's working. Their cox will know it's working. She'll know to push for just a little bit more on the technique that's helping them. She'll be keeping them really motivated. And Luna Beats in the Dutch crew is going to be urging on Iris Neitsen, Dwifi van Oostrum, Tanisha Franke, Linda Deen, Sophie Goldschmedding, Sietske Wiemer, Meryl de Boer and Els Hertog. They have come over here. They are a strong crew. I've heard rumours they have some big ergo pullers in that crew, some sub-7s. And, you know, again, some are in the Dutch development programmes. They wanted to come and race, and my goodness, they're in a race. And now, what can they do? Can they use that ergo power? Can they make their boat go faster?
And it looks like they've just made a push. I think Luna Beats has called something. The boat on your left-hand side of the screen is a Skøll from the Netherlands. They've just increased that pace. They've kept their length, but the rate has gone up, and it looks as though that hull is moving to my eyes. This is going to be a race.
Those Dutch women are not part of the national teams this year, but they have a lot of talent, a lot of strength and aspirations because they're so excited to be here. I feel they're a perfect fit for this event, but they are going to have to change something. And it is not necessarily just putting the rate up, is it? They've somehow got to get more distance per stroke.
And they're doing a great job of that. So on the right-hand side of your picture with the Dutch crew, you can see they're really clean and tidy. What's catching my eye on the left-hand side with the Edinburgh crew is just a little bit of blade work, just become a bit more untidy in the last 10-15 strokes, and I do think that the wind and the water may play a factor as we come to the business end of this race.
So we have a lovely shot of Edinburgh University B crew from behind, coached by John Higson, and Patrick Moody, the cox, is coxing Freya Hewson at stroke, Arlie McCallum at 7, Charlie Fate at 6, Olivia Burns at 5, Katie Robertson at 4, Sophie Morgan at 3, Lucy McLean at 2, and Charlotte Glusby in the bow, and they are giving it their all.
What a position to put yourselves in, Edinburgh. You've done the work, you've got this far, it's time to execute in the final third. And those will be the calls that Patrick is trying to relay to his crew. They're coming into the middle of the waters. It looks like umpires warning them back onto their stations. We do have to be aware of the potential clash. It's Sarah Winklis there giving the commands.
She'll be absolutely got her razor eyes on this, making sure that they don't get into trouble. This is a rougher part of the course, so there's naturally some bounce. So this is challenging for Patrick Moody in Edinburgh B and Luna Beats in Skøll to make sure that they don't start drifting sideways, that they don't have to put too much rudder on, that the balance doesn't tip, and that they can stay efficient. Lovely shot there of the Dutch crew from Skøll. You can see the boat shifting around a little bit. You can see how rough the water is from where they've just come, and that makes it uncomfortable when you're behind and you're being asked for more. And at this point, they have to try and find something again.
And if I'm in the Dutch crew, it's now or never. You've got the last 20-30 strokes of the race, kitchen sink time. Got to bring up the rate, bring up the power as much as you can to try and hurtle that hull forward. Otherwise, it's race over for you.
Patrick Moody is going to be so confident about what they've done to this position, to be with clear water over their opponents. A really impressive, gutsy row that is going to see Edinburgh University B win this heat of the Island Challenge Cup. The arms go up. They are delighted to beat the very feisty, strong, but ultimately not quite fast enough crew from Skøll in the Netherlands.
What a race.
The delight you can see there in Edinburgh B, who's going to continue their racing at Henley Royal Regatta 2024. Just absolute joy.